Hello people, in this video we want to look at the parts of placenta. So we are just looking at the parts. So where is the placenta? Here you can see the placenta. It is almost at the fundus of the uterus, and from the placenta you have umbilical cord which is going into the umbilicus of the fetus, and it is providing all the oxygen to the fetus. Right people, actually placenta will provide only nutrients. It will not allow the maternal blood to mix with the fetal blood. It is a separation, it's a barrier between the maternal blood and the fetal blood. So what and all can cross this? Only gases, nutrients, electrolytes, metabolites, hormones, some steroid hormones, some harmful things also can reach the fetus. Okay, so placenta, basically in this video we are not here about the functions of placenta. We want to look at the parts of the placenta. Basically placenta is a feto-maternal organ, or you can here let us write it as materno-fetal organ. So the maternal part is the decidua basalis, okay, and the fetal part you have the chorion. In between you have some nitabuch membrane, etc. I think that you can still put it as the fetal part. Anyways, so what is this decidua basalis? Okay, it is nothing but the endometrium of the maternal side. So what is decidua basalis? This is nothing but the endometrium of pregnant uterus. It is called as decidua. Okay, what is decidua basalis, guys? It is nothing but the endometrium of the pregnant uterus, and that too which is forming a part of the placenta. So look at this image here. See, there are a lot of types of decidua. So decidua is what? It's the endometrium of a pregnant uterus. So there are many types of decidua. You have the decidua paritalis, decidua capsularis, decidua basalis. In this only the decidua basalis we are concerned because that makes up the placenta. So here you can see that the placenta is here, right? So where is this part of it is the decidua basalis. See, here they have marked. Decidua basalis is this part. Paritalis is something here, which is not at all forming the placenta, right? It is the parietal part. And what is the capsular? This is the capsular. This is the decidua capsularis. We are not concerned about the decidua capsularis or the parietalis. Here what are we concerned about? Decidua basalis, basalis. Decidua basalis. It is the maternal part of the placenta. Okay. So what are the parts of placenta means? You will say there is maternal part, there is some middle something is there, and then you have the fetal part. Okay. Fetal, maternal, materno-fetal organ. Okay. So now let us come to the fetal part of it. So fetal membranes, there are two membranes, the chorion and the amnion. Here we are concerned only about the chorion, right? So basically what are we concerned about? Chorion. Okay. So this will be our placenta. Let's put placenta in what? This is the placenta part of it. Now fetal membranes, chorion you have. Chorion is the outermost, right? So that is why it is forming the placenta. Now in this chorion you have the trophoblast. You have the syncytial trophoblast and the cytotrophoblast. Okay, if it is not clear, just look at this. You have the syncytial trophoblast and the cytotrophoblast. Then you have the primitive mesenchyme, inner primitive mesenchyme. Okay, so basically you understand here when the villi, maybe if you look at the structure you will understand. Just hold on. Look at this. These are the villi that are forming. Okay, initially you have a primary villi, then you have the secondary villi, the tertiary villi. We'll come to that. Look at the placenta as a whole, then you will be able to understand easily. This is the placenta as a whole. So what is the top part? Here you will understand the outermost part, maternal. What is down here? The fetal. Right? So this is the umbilical cord going to the fetus. So where is the fetus? Baby is sitting here. Okay. So what do you want to look at here? Yes. What is the maternal side of it? Decidua basalis. It is nothing but the endometrium of the pregnant uterus. Very good. Intervillous space you have. So in the middle what you have? Intervillous space. And then you have the fetal side, which is nothing but the chorionic plate. This says it. What is it? It's the chorionic plate. Actually down they have drawn one line here. Amnion also they have indicated. Anyways. Now, what do you have here? You have the villi. You have the villi. You have the villi. You have the villi. What are these villi called as? Chorionic villi. Very good. So basically the villi, what it happens, initially it will have only the syncytial trophoblast and the cytotrophoblast. Then along with the syncytial trophoblast and the cytotrophoblast you have something in the middle that becomes secondary, right? That is the mesenchyma, right? Mesoderm they are saying, is it? Mesenchyma. That becomes a secondary villi. Then you have a tertiary villi where you have the what is this? They are showing the syncytial trophoblast, cytotrophoblast, then you have the mesenchyme, and then here you have some blood vessel also. So blood vessel also in the middle, that becomes a tertiary chorionic villi. So if somebody asks you the parts of placenta, you will just write this much. You have the maternal part, which is the decidua basalis. Maternal part, which is the decidua basalis. Then you have the intervillous space. You have the intervillous space. Then you have the fetal membrane, that is chorion. What do you have in the chorion? You have the outer, the trophoblast is outside. Inside you have mesenchyme. Inside the trophoblast you have syncytial trophoblast, cytotrophoblast. These two together will form the chorionic villi, right, which is the primary villi, you can say. And then when this mesenchyme gets into it, this becomes the secondary villi. And then once the embryonic blood vessel reaches inside, it becomes the tertiary villi. So these are the parts of placenta. That's all. If you write this much, these are the parts of placenta if you write. And if you draw one diagram like this, which is indicating exactly where you're talking about the placenta, and draw one diagram like this, beautiful diagram, if you want, you can draw, which just like easy only, right? You will write. Actually, here they have shown you something which is not a part of placenta also. See here, myometrium. After the decidua basalis, then beyond the endometrium, what do you have? Myometrium. That also they have indicated. In the decidua basalis itself, they have indicated the nitabuch layer. Okay. Now, what do you say nitabuch layer is? I think we had written it here in the first thing. See, nitabuch layer. Fibrinoid deposit appears on the syncytial trophoblast outside the trophoblastic cell. So, outside the trophoblast, above the syncytial blast, that is a syncytial trophoblast, you will have a fibrinoid deposit, which is the nitabuch membrane. So I'm not sure whether I should put it here or here. So just left it in the middle. Just remember nitabuch layer. So guys, in the exam, they can ask you this question as parts of placenta, or they can ask you the structure of chorionic villus, guys. So you'll have to write this chorionic villus structure. They can ask you to draw the structure of chorionic villi. Remember to draw this diagram, guys. Primary, secondary. See, secondary, not only something is entering in this center, something is there here also. Some vascular lacuna, maternal blood vessels. Okay, see the maternal blood vessels they are saying this is. And then from down also the fetal blood vessel or the embryonic blood vessel they are saying. So here maternal and then here fetal. Okay, so this is what you have to draw about the chorionic villus. Okay, so that's it, guys. In this video we have looked at the structure of placenta and the chorionic villus. Okay, they can ask you the placenta at term, so you will have to draw this diagram if they ask you placenta at term. Okay, that's it, guys, for now. Bye bye.